tell us how challenging it was for you to direct something like Queen in Kannada and across languages in South India?
Challenging, andre, not really challenging in the way that it has a huge halo, it's got national awards, and then to make sure we don't mess up with it. And I really wish at the end of it, when you see it, you tell me that it is not just a remake, but a second original.
Kangana Ranaut has, given big shoes to fill in. How was it directing someone to fill those shoes?
Yeah, you should never approach any role as filling into somebody's shoes, because nobody's shoes going to fit you, and it'll be a disastrous step to take, trying to fit into somebody's shoes. The best you can do is to get inspired by great people and walk in your own shoe and walk the best way you can. So I've been telling both these ladies not to go the Kangana way. So that was the first instruction I prefer to give to this artist, and they followed it so well, and both of them have given their own interpretation of the role. Kajal is very different from Parul, and both of them are very different from Kangana, I think.
How is Sandalwood in by and large as a content-driven industry?
I think things have changed leaps and bounds. The way Bollywood changed, the kind of films we used to watch and the films we watch now, and the whole formula is shattered there in Hindi. The same thing is happening here, I think. A lot of intelligent films. I love Titi. From the time Titi came, then when Lucia came in, I think a new kind of cinema came in, a new kind of sensibility came in. Those are the kind of films people are watching now. A lot of interesting films being done, and the kind of hangama KGF made right now all over the nation. I think Kannada is in the right direction.
So when it comes to dubbing other films in Kannada, there seems to be a little rift. But how are they taking remakes in the Sandalwood industry?
The overall general opinion about remakes is not very encouraging. They think it's a step down. And when I do it, a lot of people ask me, why are you doing it? Because, okay, you do a lot of creative stuff. How come you're doing a remake? To me, when I take a film, I don't just remake the film. I don't Xerox the film. To me, I just remake the story. Story is one part of direction. There are other things in a film. A film is something else. So you have to take a film, the story of it, keep the best parts, keep the parts you really empathize with. And if you can tell it in a new way, in another way, not just to prove yourself. If you really feel that way, I think you shouldn't go that way. So I have no qualms about remakes. I've done remakes before. I've done Satili Lavati as my Rama Shama Bama, which people loved. I did Sundaranga Jana again. So I'm okay with it. But then I try to add, like you have a Xerox and you put attested signature, you have to put a signature even if it's a Xerox.
So in terms of actors' pay disparity, many actors have come out and spoken about how male actors are being paid more than female actors. As a director, how do you see this?
Yes, I think the argument is very, very valid. I think the whole gender bias in any department is wrong, whether it is in terms of pay, in terms of status, in terms of credits, whatever.
What is your take on actors entering politics? Recently, we see that many actors across South India are entering politics, one of which has already made a debut.
Yeah, I know. Actors entering politics is not new. We've had great examples of NTR and MGR becoming CMs and Jayalalitha Ji too. But when you do it, only if you really heart beats for it. Not that you have a big mass behind you, not that you have a straight entry into people's homes, I think. If you really feel for social service, if you really think you can make a difference in society, if you are made for it, because the game is different. You can't play cricket like you play football, right? The rules are different. The way you play cinema, the same rules may not apply. And as long as you're willing to play by the rules of politics, why not? But then if you're going to stick on to the rules of cricket and play football, it may not work.
So, are you going to be supporting or campaigning for any of your friends?
No. Not right now. They are my friends on a personal level. I like them as human beings. I like certain qualities in them. But then, are they the qualities that people are looking for? That's another game, I think. Right now, no.
So, but Kamal Hassan has stepped into the Lok Sabha all by himself. Yeah. So, are you going to be campaigning?
I'm with him in terms of his spirit. I like because he really wants to make a difference, I think. I think he has come to a point when he's seen it all in cinema and wants to do something bigger, and he feels bad that he didn't enter earlier. And he always had a political mind. Unlike me, I was not into politics at all. I'm not made that way. But then he comes from a political family. His father was a very strong political activist. So I can understand, and I wish him all the best. That's all I can do at that right now.
So what about Mr. Upendra also entering politics? What do you have to say?
Yeah. Upi has gone in another way. He's gone in a very strange and very unique way, I think. So I can just wish him all the best. That's what I told him when I met him too.
So, but given your popularity, given your how people receive you and how you are people's favorite, if you step into the politics, definitely you will have the support. So what is your take on that?
Agreed. I may have support. But then, I should dedicate that kind of time for it, I think. I don't like to just flirt with something, whether it is cinema or when I do something, I like to be totally involved in it. And I think politics is a very serious business. A lot of lives are involved, a lot of people are involved. So I think you should completely dedicate when you go into it. I'm not cut out for it right now.
So lastly, I would like to ask you, what is your take on the Me Too controversy that has taken India by storm? And also considering how Queen was also directed by someone whose name came up in the Me Too controversy.
True. See, why does something like Me Too make news? See, if somebody drinks coffee, you don't make a news. Ramesh drank coffee today. Nobody's going to put it in the newspaper. If Ramesh drinks poison, it'll come in newspaper. That is why Me Too becomes news. Because it is not a general thing. It is not every hero does. It is not what everybody does. A Me Too becomes news because it's a scandal. That's why a murder becomes a news. I prefer to view the society as positive. I prefer to view that people are good. There is one section which is bad. And that is why it becomes news. Those who are into it should be punished, definitely. I think it's a great warning bell for future, so that you respect women, not only in cinema, in any field. Women have to be respected. That Me Too did. For that, I like it.
That was Ramesh Aravind talking to us about his friends entering politics and how he's in spirits with them. With video journalist Abu Bakar, this is Supriya Krishnamurthy for MyNation.